And now moving to Europe, Germany stands at a political crossroads with just a few days left before the national election. The far-right AfD party has steadily polled second for over a year with growing support from young men. A recent survey shows 26% of the men hold a positive view of the party compared to just 11% of women. And as immigration and cultural shifts dominate discussions, the far-right party's narrative is being embraced by many young men. So what does this mean for Germany's future? Our next report explores.
On a cold, foggy February night, Germany stands at a critical juncture. With just 2 weeks until the national election, the winds of political change are swirling. Because for more than a year, the far-right Alternative für Deutschland, or the AfD party, has held the second spot in national polls. And its growing support among young men signals a political transformation that for sure is hard to ignore. Concerns over immigration have also become a rallying point. Incidents involving asylum seekers have fueled unease, pushing security and border control to the forefront of political discussions.
I was in shock. I could not comprehend it. I am still shocked. I am shocking because I am taking children myself quite often to public playgrounds, here and elsewhere. I have no words. I am shocked. You hear this happening in other places, but now in your own city. And I do not understand. It is known these guys, not only him but others in Magdeburg, they are psychological ill or whatever. Why is nobody doing anything in time? Do these things always have to happen first?
And acting on it, the AfD has seized the moment, channeling anxiety into a narrative of national protection.
We need order and discipline in this country again. We need proper law enforcement. And we must not tolerate people who commit criminal offenses here, who come from abroad, to be allowed to stay here. We will deport them. We will do it.
But Germany's painful past adds a layer of complexity. Once seen as untouchably extreme, far-right ideology is now blent into mainstream conversations. For younger generations who did not experience the weight of history firsthand, the AfD has become just another political player.
Many of my friends don't even know who they want to vote for yet. And like myself, I don't quite know what I want to choose either. I would like to help them with the election-o-mat and hope that it will make it much easier for them to make their decisions.
Social media platforms like TikTok amplify this normalization, with party influencers gathering massive followings. And their slick content bypasses traditional media, drawing young voters into the fold.
And I am against this denigration of the opposition. And that's why I'm trying to talk to these people to see whether it might be possible to show them on camera. Hey, it works. You can talk to people with different opinions, whether they vote Green Left or AfD.
A Pew research in 2024 also shows a widening gender divide in political views. According to the survey, around 1 in 5 Germans, which is 19% of the voters, see AfD favorably. But a large majority, that is 79% of the voters, have a negative opinion of the party. Now among the eligible voters, at least 26% of men also have more positive views of AfD than 11% of women. And the share of men holding this opinion has risen 10 points since 2022. Because while young women focus on defending rights and equality, many young men feel alienated by these themes.
Especially here in Sonneberg, there is quite a lot of support for the far right, and so it's important to me to just be here, to show we exist, and that even though far right voices are stronger, we will not be suppressed.
Germany isn't alone. Across Europe, from France to Poland, far-right parties are capturing the imagination of disillusioned youth. In a climate of political uncertainty, young voters are gravitating towards radical alternatives, hoping for a shake-up in the status quo. In classrooms and public spaces, the tension is palpable. Educators report troubling comments from students, questioning historical truths and expressing regressive views on gender rights. So despite attempts to isolate the AfD, cracks are forming. And as Germany braces for the upcoming election, uncertainty lingers. Will the far right chart a new and unsettling course for the nation? The fog of February night offers no clear answers, only questions that loom larger than ever.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send this special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office, Prime Minister Modi. Did the iron?
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.